Hello everyone, very good evening to all of you, and thank you Gitanjali for such a warm welcome. And I would also like to thank Pathway School and also their team, especially Gitanjali ma'am, because I've been always looking upon her the way she's so dedicated. And as we all know that she's been a wellness coordinator of the school, and I've been, in touch with her for all the right reasons, which are, of course, wellness, as she spoke about. We have been, talking a lot about how we can, bring change and apply things which can bring upon, for the betterment of the children, but at the same time for also not the right reasons, because I am a mother of an adolescent, 15 years, and he's my son at Pathways. I am a Pathways in parent, and also I have a daughter who's 21 years of age, and she's pursuing her hospitality. So here I am as a parent today, and thank you for giving me this platform and having trust in me and believing in me to share my experience on how to resolve conflicts with your children. So I'm sure this is all a very touchy topic for everyone, for every parent, and I'm also struggling each day to be the best parent I can be, as all the parents does every day. I think they are striving to be the best parent for their children, and of course they are. And there is no parenting which is, I feel, is right and wrong. The only difference is, are you parenting your child, nurturing your child from the length of awareness and consciousness, or are you a unconscious parent and unaware parent? I can say that from my experience, because I have experienced that unaware and unconscious parenting of my style of parenting with my children, and how it transformed. And especially I want to tell my all my parents that when a child is born, we parents are so elated, and we feel that this child has born for us. We have given the child this birth, and they are just for us for all life now. But there, this is the thing where we go wrong, that children are born from us, but they are not born for us. So we, of course, they chose a womb to take birth from our womb, but they have their own individuality. They are a complete soul in themselves. They have their own soul plan. They have their own destiny, which is playing a very big role. So I would just want to say that, like I did, that when a child is born, and as parents, we just take that pledge that now, from now, I will fix everything in my life, child's life, and I will fix everything, and I will make my child the best child in the world, and the most successful, the most happy child. But sometimes we lose the essence of parenthood. I still remember when my daughter was very young. She was in her teenage, and I was having problems, dealing day to day issues with her. So one day she told me, "Mama, you know what, when I was scolding her on something, and I was just telling her, you are not doing this, you are not doing that, you are so bad at this, or you are so bad at that." So she told me, "Mama, you know what, that the whole world is there to criticize me on my wrong things, and as a person I know my weaknesses, but as a parent I expect that unconditional love from you, where I feel that you are accepting me completely and wholly." So that was the point where I felt, what am I doing? What am I doing as a parent? So yeah, I feel that as parent, we say that we have that unconditional love for our children, that we want to discipline our children, but we forget the essence. In the name of love, in the name of discipline, in the name of career, we forget the essence, to nurture our kids in the right way, in the conscious way, in the aware way. So I would like to just tell you a little about my journey, that I was very young. I was 21 years old when I got married, and born and brought up, and got married in a joint family. And I always, I was so confused with my own self, my own things, in spite of, getting all the love, all the respect, and doing all the right things. I was not happy. And all the things that I saw, I had in myself. Like I said, ki my children are very, very blessed. I am very blessed with the children I have, because they are so, caring. They are so respectful. They are so, humble. They are so loving. But at the same time, the emotions, the kind of, problems I was facing with them were somewhere deep rooted inside me. So that is the point, my friends, my parents, that it is not the child, it is us as parents who have to introspect inside us. So I'm just telling you to connect you, because when my older child was a teenage, and I was dealing in problems or solving problems with us, I consulted a counselor, and there the session started, and my daughter chose to go to Switzerland, and my son was in Pathways hostel, and he was coming back on weekends, and I as a mother was totally devastated because my children were not there, and I was not really happy with the way things were going. And there my transformation started, because it is a well-known fact that children are your biggest teachers. When children are born, we think that now they are born, we'll teach them everything we know, and in fact we'll teach them everything that we don't know. But we just forget, and we just don't understand this, that the children are born to teach us, not us to teach them. Because you know what, there are mirror images, and whatever triggers we have, we see in them, is actually the things where we have to work upon ourself, our inner self. So as we start connecting to ourself, and when I started understanding all these things, so like an onion, my layers started peeling off. So the main reasons, before how to resolve conflicts, I want to tell you that what are the reasons. As we all know, the reasons for the conflicts with our children. So the main reason as a parent, I feel, is ego. Ego of being a parent, being the authority, being the dictator. So I have said this, you have to do it because I know better than you. So we as parents most of the time operate from ego, but we are not ready to accept it. Please don't take it to so personally, because I am telling this you from my own experiences. And you know what, the other thing is that difference of opinion, of course. When a child is born and he has his own brain, he has his own journey, and he has his own mind, of course they will have a difference of opinion. So how it is, how important it is to acknowledge the child's opinion also. And if you think that the child is better than you and he is thinking in a better terms, then why that ego comes, that no, I have said this, so you have to listen to me. And sometimes balance is the key. Most of us sometimes do that, whatever child is saying, we'll just abide by what the child is saying. No, but the parents can never be the friends. They have to be parents sometimes. As Meena ma'am said, we have to be very assertive in saying no. But of course their opinion also matter. We have to tell them that your opinion matter to us, but at this age maybe you are not ready to accept or understand that where you are operating from is not the right thing for you. And then I feel the next reason for conflict is also that limited beliefs and the kind of patterns we have been brought up, you know the kind of families we belong from, and the kind of setup we had in our own childhood. So we operate from that level, and we sometimes uh, fail to change. So that is also the reason for the conflict with the children. And so there are so many reasons of of the conflicts, but how to resolve these conflicts, which is the topic for today. And it is very, very important to understand, as Meena ma'am said very rightly, that communication is the key. we can not at any point stop communicating with our kids, because communication, we always have to open that communication with our children. And as parents, the problem is that we don't know how to communicate with our children, because most of the times they are not in a mood, or they are in their room, or they have their own classes, they have their own routine. So as parents, we keep peeping in their rooms and feel ki, uh, what is the right time to communicate with them. So here is a trick which I have, applied on myself, and I would also like to share that energy plays a very, very important role in our life. So when we change our energy, our life changes to extreme levels you can't even think of. It happened, at least in my case. So whenever you want to communicate with your child, your energy should be very, very neutral. If you're, sometimes we are angry with the child and we want to resolve some problem, but we already have so much in our mind, that we want to communicate with our child, that we want to resolve some problem, that we want to communicate with our child, but we are not able to do that. So what happens is that
So thank you so much, Miss Pooja. Uh,
I lost the connection.
am I audible now?
Yeah, you are audible, but I lost the connection. Can you just put me back for 2 minutes?
Okay, sure.
Yes, my parents. Yes, my friends. So I wanted to say that communication plays a very, very important role as a parent in our child's life. And when we are talking to our children, there should be no blame games. We should communicate at a very neutral space, and we should be focusing on the solutions rather than why it happened and why it has not happened, and who was wrong, who was not wrong. And most important is there should not be any criticism, there should not be any comparison with any other person, because it is between your child and you and nobody else. And all the time that child should feel that your parent is having all the faith and trust in you at all times, given all times, whatever so happened in the life, what is wrong, what is right, you are always there with them, standing beside them to help them, to guide them through. Because this is a very, very important aspect I learned in my life, maybe in a hard way, with the wrong experiences. But then I am telling you as a parent that that trust, that faith in your child has to be inevitable, and you have to tell your child verbally that I we are there for you. And one more thing I'm feeling that, which is, I think Mansi also, said that accepting your child, accept your child, whatever they are, howsoever they are. Because when we try to change them and manipulate their emotions and manipulate them with our own choices and own mindset, then the problem appears. You know, when a small child is there and every day, just say, Meena ma'am also just mentioned that a toddler or a young child, they will come to the parent, come to you and tell you about all the problems, all the sadness, if they're hungry, if they're sad, if they're any emotion they want to say, and anything they are feeling, they will come and tell you. But as the child starts growing, they will start hiding things from us. Why is that so? Why children are hiding things from their parents? Because because when they are young, they are coming to us, we had that authority and we felt that ego, that yeah, my child is coming to me for everything. And we feel very proud, and we say, we are ready to listen to them for everything they say and we accept it. But as the child grows, they have their own mindset, they have their own decision making power, and they start understanding things. Then when they come to us, we start preaching them all the time. We are always telling them what is right, what is wrong, what is this, what is that, you are not thinking right, you are not saying right, how can you say that, you are not a grown up, I know what I'm saying. So the child feels rejected. When the child feels rejected, then that gap starts building up. I have seen that in my case, because that gap has started building up because my son was in hostel, I was at home. I could not have that balance in me. I would not blame child anyways, because that made all the difference. He started hiding things from me because he might have felt that rejection from me. So if you want to have you want your child to come back and tell you everything, don't keep preaching them, don't keep telling them what is right and what is wrong. Maybe sometimes they come and tell you which is not acceptable to you or what is not right, but please don't interrupt and say anything at that moment. Just take a pause, listen to them completely and from a very neutral space, because children, they really can understand your energy plays a very, very important role whenever you are communicating with your child in any which way. And just that when they get rejected from us, the acceptance they get is from their friends. That is what I have experienced. So when they feel rejected, that acceptance comes from their friends, and that's where friends start playing a very important role in their life, and they start defending themselves for everything. So we have to be very mindful, very aware, very conscious. The way I have been brought up, most of us have brought up in a very unconscious way and unaware way. I'm not saying that we had any wrong parenting. Whatever I am is because of my parents. And when I saw the things which are not going right in my life, I used to blame everyone. But we create our own reality. We are the ones who create our reality, and we are responsible for whatever is happening in our life. Nobody else is. So when you start operating from that level where you don't connect to the emotion, and if there is anger, there is sadness, there is, all emotions are important, but the only key is don't get attached to that emotion. And then one another thing I would just like to say, whenever you want to resolve those conflicts, if verbally you are not able to put your word across, just meditate, tell whatever you want to want your child to listen to you, meditate on yourself and tell vibrationally everything you want to say to your child. When your child is not around, play mantras and play chants in their room. Affirm every day on your child's whatever you want to make your child. And you can use so many ways to resolve those conflicts. And lastly, I would like to say that life is not a linear. Life is not linear, and there will be always ups and downs in the life, and conflicts are bound to happen in any relationship and every relationship though. So don't take your life so seriously as I did in my earlier times. But yeah, let everything flow and accept, and just operate from love. That is the only thing a parent can do.
Thank you so much, Miss Pooja. Thank you so much. It's